Jesus, turn it down some. Alright, welcome back to the letter. Oh, the game where there's always something going on. We're still playing as Becca. Yes. And yet, despite how ludicrous it all is, Isabella stubbornly insists on if our life depends on acknowledging the truth in her story. Oh, yeah, they found, yep, they saw her letter, the letter sticking, yep. Does she realize how absurd she sounds now? Crivens, even my students wouldn't fall for this.
Isabella, aren't you taking this a bit too far?
She doesn't give me time to regret nor think over my choice of words. From there, escalates, grows into an argument too petty even for our standards as adults. Before we know it, one after another, harsh, scathing words are being spoken.
It's not a joke! Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me.
Belle isn't lying either. Isabella isn't lying. She did.
If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have...
Right. And in broad daylight, Isabella. Even someone gullible would find the logic in that screwed up. There's also no way in hell that this supernatural shit is true.
But it's real! What do you think I saw?
Yeah, what, Ash?
Hallucination? A delusion? Didn't you say you fell down some stairs? So maybe Rebecca's right.
It happened after, when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing. We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
Someone has to be patient in all this. However much my own was already afraid earlier, there's no one else. Who else here can handle with someone selfishly acting like a kid? Like every other time, it has to be me.
We are, and you know that. But this thing and that thing has got nothing to do with the other. When Rose called earlier, I thought she's just exaggerating. But based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe it's better if we really postpone this for now.
Don't bother.
Just like that, she cuts us off, slams the door right on our faces while my own temper flares before I can stop it. Although it falters briefly at the hard expression on her when she snatches the blasted paper from Ashton, I hold on to it. Regardless of how upset she appears, soured expression and bald fist throwing a tantrum is simply unacceptable. For a grown woman at that, words form at the tip of my tongue ready. But before I can open my mouth and let all of it out, her feelings and mistakes be damned, Zachary raises a voice of his own.
Guys!
A warning underneath the warm and hopeful beat in his voice. We all stop and look at him, even my own anger subsides a little at his tone.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her. And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together?
To an outsider, it may sound like a desperate request, but Zachary has always been the one to keep a level head over petty squabbles. This time's no different. He knows what to say, and when he lets it fall, they only ring sharp and true.
We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what y'all have been up to. I only ever get to talk to Bella over chat. Please.
And as careful as he is with his own tone, it does make me feel ashamed. Later we can and will all talk about it, of course. There's a proper time and place for it, and at the moment my anger and whatever reprimands it carries no longer matter. Beside me, Ashton appears to have already caught on. The lines of his shoulders erased to something much more relaxed, his expression back to its usual nonchalance. Isabella, however, she stands perfectly still, her hands clasping the straps on her bag like a lifeline, eyes trained at some point near her shoes. There's no anger in her face, only an undeniable hurt. But she's never been good at hiding what she thinks, always an open book, always the one to wear her heart out in the open. When she looks up, her answer is also
If we
as
keep
simple.
arguing here, we're going to miss the first few minutes.
Her lips are curled up in a smile, though lacking both its usual brightness and glee, it's a smile nonetheless. I've seen it countless of times. It's the very same one she would show when she had no other choice or simply things get tough for her. But despite everything I already know about her, it still catches me off guard. In all honesty, I expected her to run, to bulk at the first sight of losing. This time, I won't even be surprised. At 26, she's the youngest among the rest of us, less experienced, less accustomed to dealing with trivial quarrels like this. Yet, here she is, holding herself and coping with it like how she would with matters concerning her family. Inside that, to me, she has always been this childish, naive girl, and watching the opposite play out right now. Somehow I find it difficult to wrap my head around it.
All right, that's the Isabella I know.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you were going to cry.
But I
What
envy
was
her.
that for?
Stop calling me a crybaby. I'm not one.
Yeah, ashhole. Ash. Ashhole. There's a reason that's your nickname,
Oh,
Ash.
don't cry.
Oh, I'm gonna beat his
Stop
ass.
it.
I envy her spirit, her warmth, her cheer. The shine in her eyes when she looks at the world. Everything seems to simply fall back to a pleasant, lively rhythm with her around. How easily and tightly she fits into our lives, even without bonds only long years can forge, like a lost piece of a puzzle despite her jagged edges. How she draws people to her with ease. How Ashton of all people can be drawn to her.
Okay, scaredy cat then.
That too. If you repeat that, I swear I'll...
Let's just go.
I make no effort keeping the bitterness from my tone. I let it seep, linger stiffly in the air as I avert my gaze from them. From their playful banter, their friendly teasing remarks, and Ashton's tender, affectionate smiles. All before the stabbing aches in my heart change into something too painful to bear. It's all in my head, is what I'd often tell myself. Yet the way my heart rends at just the sight of them hurts. It's like a coward, I walk away from all of it, taking with me a small hope the movie will distract me away from these thoughts. Because like this, it's easy to find something to hate in her. Dusk has already given way tonight when we leave the film set. Unfortunately, it does nothing to improve my mood like I'm hoping. Neither does the muggy air that greets us upon stepping back into the noisy streets. Too busy, too loud, too many people talking, taking what little space the sidewalk officer forces anyone to bump shoulders with those they barely know, let alone care about. On a normal evening, I probably wouldn't have minded the crowd nor the humid weather. It's not like any of them are bothering anyone. And yet, even with what's admittedly a pleasant company, I can't bring myself to lighten up.
See you guys some other time.
See you too, Zach.
Yeah. See ya.
Not even return the smiles Ashton and Zachary gives us when we go our separate ways. Perhaps to start with Miss Cooper's call earlier that, maybe even the moment I left bed this morning. Bloody hell, it could have been because of that sodding letter. After all, for all I know, I couldn't care less at this point. All I want is to get a warm bath, sleep, and wait for this dreadful day to end. Now, if only Isabella would stop babbling, then maybe this dull throbbing at the side of my head would turn into a full-blown headache, too.
Zach did a pretty good job with his movie, didn't he? Even though Ash said he ran into some trouble late into filming. But I knew he had it in him. It's not like I didn't believe he couldn't do it. I mean, did you see his face after the credits rolled? All those months he worked on this, and everything's finally...
You weren't even watching.
Only the first minutes. I watched the rest of it, I swear. Besides, Ashton was the one who wouldn't stop asking questions.
Well, why do we still need to talk about this then? I liked it. Ash liked it. You liked it. Shouldn't you be telling that to Zachary in person? I'm sure he'll appreciate it better than I ever will.
I know that, but maybe there's something you want to say? Zach had you check the scripts before he went through everything, didn't he? You also worked on it, even if it was only for a short time. So, maybe you want to...
I don't bother waiting for the rest. The moment I spot my car, I immediately make a quick beeline for it. Knowing her, this is merely another attempt at starting a conversation, just so often to fill the dead air, to replace the strained atmosphere we somehow walked into. One thing, the very thing I'm not too keen to deal with at present. Behind me, Isabel also changed her pace to match mine, her soft strides growing brisk in order to catch up. A small part of me half expects she'll suddenly trip. She's not the clumsy sort, but there are definitely times when she can be the least coordinated person on the
Becca,
planet.
hey! Oh no. Wait for me!
And people wonder why I worry. They're not really completely unfounded once you've already grown familiar with their habits. Though right now, this is also the very end of the list of things I want to think about. Sometimes it does become overbearing. Even her voice as she calls after me sounds nothing more than background noise to my ears now.
Rebecca, slow down, will you? Your car's not going to leave without us.
The sooner we get on the road, the earlier we can get home. It's Friday, in case you didn't notice.
I know what day it is, but the traffic's not going to magically disappear, even if we go there right now.
I don't want to hear that from you. Didn't you used to complain how horrendous the traffic is back home for you?
Yeah? But that doesn't have anything to do with this, Becca.
Okay. What do you want to do then? Wait it out? Walk? I just want to go home, Isabella. If you want to stay out here longer, I won't stop you. But leave me out of it. I'm not up for any other foolish excursions tonight.
I wasn't thinking about an excursion. I want to go home, too. It's already late. It's just that you've been in this prickly mood since earlier. Are you really okay? Was it the cold? Or did something happen at school? Do you want to talk about it?
A long pause follows and it holds everything she's been meaning to ask from the very start. I'm in no mood, but all the same my hand stops short of unlocking my car. My grip on the handle tightens. I can feel her eyes boring on me, waiting, hoping patiently for any answers I'd give. She's the same as Zachary. They're bad liars. When you talk to people like them, if you're not careful, they often leave you no other choice but to admit the truth. Those exact same ones I can't voice. Despite my lack of response, she pushes on, surprisingly. This time her tone is quieter, more tentative than usual.
Was it because of the letter?
It's a well-meaning question, much like the rest of the talk, yet something in how she says it hurts
If it
me.
is, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to cause a scene. I did see something in the mansion, though. I wasn't lying about that.
Wherever she wants to take this, I no longer want to hear a word of it, not at this minute, preferably never. Especially when there were already a million other things buzzing and prodding inside my head. Sometimes my patience can only be tried for so long.
And during the open house, even if there were a lot of people around, there were weird things happening. I don't know if there was anyone else who noticed, but I heard things. I'm sure it wasn't because I fell down the stairs. Even before that, in the attic,
Isabella.
Yeah?
Pause so I don't let it last. I only give myself a small window to breathe before I lay down the words between us. With as much restraint my patience allows, which is not much after everything. I can only hope Isabella will simply take them as they are. She can be as stubborn as a mule when she wants to be.
This kind of conversation tonight. Look, it's been a long day. I think this cold also caught up with me, and I'm really exhausted. Can we talk about this some other time?
She blinks, and although disappointment flashes momentarily in her face, she gives me a curt nod. A relief enough for me, perhaps the first time I genuinely feel it today, as unpleasant as this day has been. Seeing something go the way I've anticipated takes the edge out of it. Nice. Even if lying through my teeth had to go with it.
Oh, alright. You should have just said so. I told you should have taken a full week off. Were you able to get the meds I brought you, though? Do you need anything? I could drop by the pharmacy for you.
Yeah, no need to fuss. A good night's sleep is all I need. I've been busy the whole day.
Oh, yes you have, Rebecca. Yes you
I guess I should
have.
have listened to you and taken it easy. But we have exams to prepare for. It's one or the other, you know?
I knew it! Here I thought you were just upset about something. Even Ash looked a little bit worried about you.
It's fine. Let's just head home, okay? I'll make it up to you next time. Call me out to lunch or wherever. Just... not right now.
Okay, but should you be driving? If you want, I can call a taxi for us. You'll hate paying the extra fees, but you'll be able to get some rest on the way home.
No, don't call a cab. I can manage driving at least. Just get in the car so we can be on our way.
I'm already opening the door and climbing into the seat before she can protest. Then with no other choice, she follows inside shortly, albeit with a bit of reluctance. The guilt from this will eat me at me later, but for now, these little falsehoods are mine to bear and hide under. For now, this is the better choice. Better than pretending she doesn't exist or giving her vague answers. Certainly better than harsh words or outright lashing out at her. I can find a little comfort in that. Okay. I don't like the sound of breathing. Thankfully, if there's anything left to be spoken between us after, we have to... Why are you breathing so heavy? What the frick? Okay, thankfully, if there's anything left to be spoken between us after, we won't have to discuss it on the way home. Or rather, we can't. Because no sooner than we hit the road, Isabella dozes off. Despite my foul mood, I still end up suppressing laughter once the first sounds of her breathing fill the car.
Not your mom, Isabella.
Slow and steady, the quiet rhythm is so completely unlike her. So far removed from every impression anyone has of her. A few faint whispers will occasionally come from her, but otherwise it's just us, the science. And it's so utterly unexpected. Still a welcome break, of course. Peace and quiet is one thing you'll rarely get with her around. Yeah, it's nowhere near comforting. It merely lends the air the strange clarity. Every little sound, every single movement more palpable. And with it comes the unease. A jolt of surprise hits me. It's almost comical if this were a different situation. In my haste, I accidentally dislodge my mobile from its seat on the dashboard when I swipe on the screen. Soon I'm scrambling blindly for it with my other hand while getting a steady on the road ahead. A voice crackles from the loudspeakers before I can put it back. Although muffled heavily by the circus, I recognize the person on the other line from her chipper tone alone.
Hello? Miss Cooper?
Oh, you're still awake. Evening. I hope I didn't disturb you or anything. I know it's a bit late. Sorry about that. I just want to check on you and Isabella. That girl's still not answering her mobile. Were you able to meet up with her?
Yes. She's with me. We're on our way home.
Hello? What was that again? I can't hear you properly.
Sorry. Let me just fix this dumb phone.
The hand stops dead for a moment. I spare the device a brief glance, waiting. Seconds pass. Nothing happens, though. Frankly, I'm not sure what I'm expecting, but the lines in my mouth forms into a frown regardless.
Miss Cooper?
Yes, still here.
Did you say something?
Just that I didn't get the last part. What were you saying again?
No, I thought you... Never mind. Must be the signal acting up. Coming in?
What?
Is everything all right over there?
Certainly. Is something wrong? What wouldn't? Okay, you seem to be busy. If this is a good time, I can just call you back some, other...
I have to make a conscious effort not to panic right then and there, although my tight hold on the steering wheel tells a different story
Miss Cooper?
altogether.
Rose? Hey, Rose! Are you still there?
Only a burst of static answers me, and maybe this lapse is entirely because of our exhaustion. It has been a long day, and I'm fully recovered from last week's bout of flu, contrary to what I've been telling people. Though perhaps had I paid closer attention to it, had I not noticed occupied with other thoughts, I probably would have noticed earlier that it never came from my phone, but from somewhere right behind me. Time slows to a crawl. Looking up is a mistake. The first thing I see is its face. A ghastly shade, every inch battered, bruised, and bloodied. Even in the darkness, the world passing by in a blur of lights outside, I can still make out the wounds. Blood still oozes from it, little trails of crimson running down its face, glistening under what little light there is. But it is the gleam in its eyes that catches mine. The quiet plea, the anguish, and the desperation in them. More than its hideous features and the awful stench of gore now soaking in the air. And try as I might, I can't bring myself to look away, even as its lips contort into a horrific smile. Even as a sharp, harsh noise pierces the air and the silence around us!
Car!
Eyes on the road! Against everything I've been taught, and I've constantly reminded myself, I close my eyes. It's a brief moment. A short for a second of muscle memory and instinct completely taken over. And if I didn't allow it, my hands didn't move or my feet didn't hit the brakes in that exact moment, I might have... Isabella and I might have... No, I shake the notion away before I lose myself in it. Right now it's an ugly line of thought I refuse to venture into. Not when breathing is a struggle and every ounce of strength has totally been traded from my body. Oh, I don't like that at all. Most definitely not while Isabella's panicked voice beside me still rings in my ears. We're alive, we're safe. That's all that matters, but it is not her face that I look for when I finally open my eyes. All gone. I expect stains, little telling marks, and creases on the covers to show me where it sat almost a second ago. But whoever it is, whatever it is, not left, not a single trace. And though courage is a hard thing to gather at this point, I take what little of it remains in me and turn towards the back seat. Even then, there's nothing. Or was there really something in there in the first place? With how empty it is, I'm beginning to doubt it. The stupid flu again.
I need a long rest after this.
My hands fall uselessly to my sides, numb from how taut my grip on the wheel has gone. Yet still trembling from the unexpected rush of adrenaline. Against my ears, my heart still pounds in an erratic rhythm. My breathing hasn't slowed down. But the world has already righted. So as y'all know, because I've stated this in videos before, I hate the sounds of heartbeat. Like a heartbeat rhythm. Second after second, as I sit here motionless, color begins to sleep back around me. Along with it are the sounds of a voice. No longer the indistinct rigging.
Becca!
Alright, there, it's gone.
Answer me, will you? You're scaring me. You know what? I think we should just call a taxi since...
Can you keep it down?
Strained, harsh, and completely unintentional. But with the heat pickling at the back of my eyes and the mouth throbbing at my temple, I could honestly do with a little silence for now.
Keep it down? We almost crashed, Becca.
I know what happened. It was a lapse. I'm sorry.
A lapse? You call that a lapse? Becca, I really don't want to end up a mangled mess on the side of the road, or a mangled mess anywhere. All I'm asking, if the time ever comes, which I hope isn't right now, is a peaceful death. Give that one to me at least. Not that I'm asking for it, but please.
Isabella. Belle, you're overreacting. If you're so worried, why don't you drive?
Don't have a license.
I keep telling you to get one, didn't I? For the past 5 years.
Exactly,
Do you see
though.
why now?
I wasn't really expecting to stay here this long. I thought it'd just be for a year or two.
All of a sudden, a pensive mood comes over her. Isabel looks away, then while what's left of my little lecture never crosses the tip of my tongue. I don't allow it to, because in each of those words she lets loose earlier is a small truth. Her stay has always been meant to be something fleeting. Earn some good money, go home. It's what she'd tell herself during her first year here. Now, half a decade later, I'm not sure if she still believes that. Even I'm not sure if I still believe it. And if there's something in her reason that has changed along the way, even if I already have a hunch, it's not one thing I'll never bother to ask.
I'll
Those
be
are hers to
careful
keep.
this time, I promise. Just please, can we give this whole thing a rest for now?
She nods, and that is the end of it. We spend the rest of the trip back to Salamwell in silence. All thoughts of an overactive imagination playing tricks on a fluid mind, and smiles never meant for my eyes abandoned, if only for a brief moment. ... October 25th, Tuesday. It begins innocently enough. Okay. Good. Good for you. Alright, I'm gonna save. Make sure I have it saved. Okay, quit. Yes. If I go to load game, it's there. Alright. That was another letter, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. I promise to get back and playing more as soon as possible.